Incoming transmission.
All right, everybody. It's day 2 of Trek Long Island, and oh, hey, look who I just ran into. Oh my God, it's JK Woodward. James, what's going on?
That guy owes me money.
How's your Trek Long Island experience been so far?
It's been great.
Yeah.
It's been great. Yeah, it's been a kind of a steady flow.
Nice.
I talked to lots of people, met a lot of new people.
Yes.
Saw a lot of old friends.
Yes.
Even did a panel.
Nice. How'd the panel go?
Oh, it was great. The moderator didn't show up, but
such a slacker.
I know it. Well, it happens. I mean,
it does happen. Okay, full disclosure, I got the time wrong and missed the panel, everybody. It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
There's actually, it's so funny, the Trek folks that are here, if you talk to a lot of them, they're just like, oh, you know what? This is actually my first Trek convention. I was like, really? Because
Wow,
so many of them are used to going to like pop culture or comic book stuff.
Yeah.
And the Trek convention scene has become pretty slim in the era of new Trek. But like, how does how's the vibe of a show like this for you as opposed to the standard comic book convention fare?
That's actually a good question because I, as a comic book artist and a Trek illustrator, I do both.
Yeah.
And Trek conventions traditionally are much more panel-oriented with sort of the floor as an afterthought.
Yeah.
And it's almost the opposite Comic-Cons. So there's usually a lot more traffic at the tables. And I feel like, though, you kind of touched upon something there. I feel like there's a lot of comic book people here. Mm-hmm. Because I've run into, I'm signing more comics. Usually I sign like book covers I did or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm signing a lot more comics at this convention than I have at any other Star Trek convention.
Really?
Yeah.
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah. And that kind of gives you, what you end up signing is how I gauge, who's here at the con. Nice. And I'm selling art, which doesn't happen that often outside of the big one in Las Vegas at Star Trek conventions.
Well, it seems like the folks who, the standard comic book convention fare, there's so much that people are, instead of buying something big, they're buying all these little things so that when they find a big thing, it's like, oh, well, I'm out of money. But you come here and it's like, I can afford a full-size batleth. I can afford original artwork. I can afford costuming tchotchkes or whatever it is. That's interesting. So what are you working on right now that, of course, you're allowed to talk about? And what have you been working on most recently?
Well, Trek related, I'm doing mostly covers now, so I have more time for some other things. I'm kind of leaning into horror, so I'm doing a lot more horror stuff. I've been working with a editor named James Aquilone. I did a Kolchak 50th anniversary with him.
Oh, that's right.
And he's doing like lots of other stuff. He's just launched Monstrous books and stuff like that. So I'm doing a lot of short horror stories for that.
Yeah.
As far as Trek goes, I'm basically doing 1 or 2 covers a month for the comics and just kind of keeping my foot in that world for now while I'm experimenting with this other stuff. But as far as a Trek series, hopefully I'll have something to say in the fall.
Wonderful. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'll have to see what information I can pry, if any, out of Heather Antos or somebody else. Probably not much. She's pretty tight-lipped about stuff. So I know you're a big Klingon fan.
Yes.
I've noticed the structure of your goatee is Klingon-esque.
It is.
Very.
It wasn't done that way.
No.
I'm just so ingrained with Klingon DNA that I have a cleft chin, so it like my goatee parts. So if I grow it long, it starts to fork a little bit. But
lean into it, man.
I start oiling it and then I just kind of twirl it around so it comes to points rather than looking like 2 Brillo pads spread out.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. I've noticed there's a lot of Klingon cosplay here. Have you had a chance to engage with a lot of the cosplayers?
I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. You ain't lying. But I haven't really talked to any Klingons today. No.
Nice.
A lot of Mirror Universe guys.
There's some Mirror Universe, because for folks who either didn't hear James when he was on our show previously, but You did the TNG Mirror Universe. Was it 3 miniseries for IDW?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, the first one was Mirror Broken, which I did the covers and interiors.
Okay.
And then there was another series also written by the Tiptons who did Mirror Broken with me. And I cannot remember it, but I did the covers for that. And it sort of overlapped on when I was finishing up Mirror Broken, and they had already started production on that. And
Right.
Through the Mirror, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I did I think it was a 5-issue miniseries, and I did like connecting covers.
Yeah.
And then after that came Mirror Wars, which I was supposed to work on. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it was because of COVID. It was around that time. I don't know if it was because of that or what happened, but the way it timed out is I was supposed to do it about 6 months before.
Okay.
And when it finally did come around, I was already on something else.
Yeah.
So I had to give up the interiors, and I just did the covers. Which worked out great because Gavin did a great job on that. Gavin Smith, I think, did the...
Yeah.
Is that his name? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Did the interior arts on that instead.
It's your work always... I mean, and this is not hyperbole. This is not me trying to, blow smoke or anything like that. Your work consistently is top notch, the most impressive. And I'm always like, anybody I've talked to is like, you need to go by James's table. You need to go by his table. And first of all, just say hello because you're an incredible person to talk to. But also, like, look at it's hard to pass your table by. I think it's hard to pass your table by. Anyway, that's another. Sorry.
Well,
anyway,
thank you.
Yeah,
I'm blushing.
So let me ask you this: as a fan, when I come to stuff like this, I feel energized. I feel a little inspired. You've been at this for a long time. You've been at this for a good long while. Do you still get the sense of the creative energy? Do you get inspired here at all to any degree, or is this kind of just, it's part of the job, this is what I have to do?
No. The excitement never goes away. But usually when I'm at an event like this, inspiration usually comes from life. Usually comes from the times when I'm working on pages and my imagination's running away with me while I'm working.
Yeah.
That I think about, this would be a good story. We should do this. We should do that. Yeah. That's really where the inspiration comes from. Here, it's more that excitement of a fan. It feels like the first con I imagine, hopefully for the rest of my life. Nice. But it doesn't go away.
That's awesome. Because the comic book industry is not what it was 20, 25, 30 years ago, where it was like everybody's in one building. Now it's everybody's spread out across this entire little blue marble.
Yeah.
So I imagine stuff like this is one of the few times where it's just like, oh hey, and it's like, and you get. I imagine there's a little bit of a camaraderie there, or a little bit of like brothers in arms, as it were.
I would describe it as like a class reunion. You talk to a lot of these people via email or text, and you're in contact.
Yeah,
but you don't get to hang out.
Right.
If I'll have a con about one a month or so. Mm-hmm. And you'll always, depending on where the con is and what the theme is, you will run into people that maybe you haven't seen in a year, and it's always great to see them again.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know last time we talked, it came to the surface very quickly that you are a big comedy fan. Have you been keeping up with anybody's specials? Have you continued to enjoy Lower Decks?
I love Lower Decks, and it's tragic that was canceled.
Oh, I know.
I still think there's hope. Maybe, maybe if enough of us speak out, I don't know. But no, that never works.
Yeah.
It's over. I loved it. And as far as specials, let's see. Last comedian I saw live, I saw in Portland. Mark Maron.
Oh, that's a good show.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Mark does a good job.
And the last special I watched was, I think, the new Nikki Glaser.
I hadn't seen Nikki's new one. The one she did on HBO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten around to that one yet. The wife and I caught Lewis Black on his retirement tour
I would love to see that.
Knoxville.
Yeah.
Knoxville. It was in Knoxville. And God, he has not missed a step. Like the dude, it's like
it makes me nervous now.
Sure, you want to retire?
Yeah, the older he gets, the more nervous I get because it's his whole set is all about high blood pressure, and I keep thinking he's going to stroke out one of these days because when he just a little thing with his ear, yeah,
don't laugh at that. Yeah, it's been fun. I've been watching kind of the rise of Taylor Tomlinson.
Oh yeah,
she's a fascinating, not only because of her age, but also her skill. It's clear. I mean, when they're like, "Oh yeah, she's been doing this since she was like 16." Like, that's why all the road dogs are just kind of like, they see it in her, and they're just like, "Yeah, one of us."
Yeah.
And then like her doing like over her 3 specials so far, you can really see the progression not only in her writing but also her stage presence and. Well, she's talking about life. Like you said, like that inspiration kind of comes from life. And God, she's chock full of it at this point. And then seeing her kind of transition into host has been really interesting too. I don't know if you've seen any of the stuff she's done with At Midnight. You know, Stephen Colbert's now producing it.
Yeah, I have
and
not.
It's a different, it's different.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, all right, yeah, whatever. It's, more content. If nothing else, more content.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you get back to your table. I know I've got a panel coming up soon as well. Tell folks what you've got going on the rest of this weekend and where they can find you on the interwebs.
Well, I actually have a new website, so I'm glad you asked that. I always hated that question before because I never had a website because I'm lazy. But The Art of JK Woodward is where you can find my website, and it has a complete bibliography and everything. I'm really proud of that.
That's
I keep mentioning
awesome.
it.
That's so great.
And on the socials, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, it's all JK_Woodward. It's all the same thing, just my name. And yeah, that's it. And then what I got coming up, I have Heroes next. I'm going to North Carolina.
Nice.
Then I think in August I have WickedCon and Terrificon. They're both New England shows, Boston and Connecticut.
Nice.
And that's it for the summer, I think. I think I got 4 more left.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for sitting with us. Do you remember meeting me at Heroes Con back in the day? I sat next to you. And I had just finished Adam and Steve.
What year was this?
This was, I want to say 2017.
Not a chance. I remember.
No. Okay. I distinctly remember, like, because we were kind of on a corner, and you were facing one direction, we were facing 90 degrees the other way, and I looked over and was like, "Oh,
I do remember that."
I was like, looks like you like Star Trek," and you're just like, "I'm the Star Trek guy."
I cannot say that.
Yeah.
Shut the up. No, I do remember that one. That was I lived in that was when I was still in Angelina. I was still in LA at that time.
Okay, yeah.
And I had flown out there, and I do remember the corner situation reminded me of it.
Yeah.
I was jet lagged as all hell.
Oh, I bet. Well, James, thanks so much for coming by, sitting down, talking with us. Everybody, go check out James's stuff. JK Woodward. Thank you for stopping by and chatting, and hope you enjoy the rest of Trek Long Island.
I'll give it a shot.
Take care, buddy. Thank you.
Going through a Star Trek. We're doing Star Trek stuff in space. We probably got some phasers and shuttle pods, and we're gonna find a brand new race.
I do remember that now.
Do you?
Yeah.